thing was about if it would pop out or not. If it would pop out or not. That was the whole thing.
Depends how hard you push it.
So she's on the bed.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a weird thing because I've been like the sub for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? You know, I mean, and I to the core, I am a switch, but I love serving. I love being useful.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
so, but it's my turn to dom. All right, so I have the butt plug inside of her. I got to get her from the bed to the chair.
And what size of butt plug?
It's
like, is it a big? Is it a medium? Is it?
It's not small. It's here.
Oh, nice. I like it.
So
it's glittery.
That's one of them. No, I don't think that's the actual one, but it's the same kind. So here I am. I'm walking, and here I am. This is not a planned thing. Anything like that. I'm living in the now, in the moment, working with what I have. I didn't sit and plan this dom situation where I'm not like I'm gonna do the, No, it's from the heart, right? So I'm walking, and I got one hand on the plug between her cheeks, and I gotta push it up as it walks, and I'm holding her with I'm holding her on her shoulder, and I'm saying like, I will never let you fall. I will never let you fall. I'm being very kind, sweet. And she sits down on the chair. You saw the chair. You know a chair.
Yes.
Her throne, right? So now I have rope, I have paddles, I have floggers and restraints. Oh, she's blindfolded the whole time.
Oh, yes. That's a must.
That's why I'm so like helpful in leading her, and like moving her arm with her, when she moves, stuff like that, guiding her arm and guiding her hands and everything. So I did that. We made it to the chair. I'm so proud, and we had a wonderful night. Like fucking great, like a wonderful night. I'm proud of myself. But you, Chastity Queen,
I'm proud of you. Yes.
I'm always looking to take it up a notch.
Oh my God.
Always looking. So what? I gave you the scene, the scenario. What could I have done? What could I have done better to take it up a notch? Keep in mind, I have floggers, riding crops, whips, restraints, and I have them, and they were all used. But I'm talking from the bed to the chair.
And you're helping her with
that. Yeah.
From the bed to the chair. Well, you could have maybe made her crawl.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, by the leash. Did you have a collar on her?
Yes, I did.
Damn, you could have done that.
Interesting. See, thank you for your insight. It's YKF weekends. It's Easter Sunday, 2025, and we have an announcement. But before we do, I want to say that everything we talk about here is between consenting adults. It's role play. We're adults. It's a lifestyle. It's a culture. It's a lifestyle. Don't judge. We're not breaking the law. We're not doing anything illegal. We're decent people. We really are. We're just doing our thing. And we're, it's kinky and cool and fun. It's kind. And it's open-minded. Don't judge, you piece of shit. Seriously, really, I'm so fucking sick of assholes. I'm not gonna get into it. Anyway, let's get into
Christians.
it.
They're all Christians. Anyway.
Please welcome. Oh, we are in for a treat tonight.
Always.
A dear, someone who is so close to me, a piece of my heart. Seriously, a piece of my heart. Please bow down and serve well. Please welcome the magnificent Chastity Queen.
Hello.
Queen, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Nicholas? It's a beautiful Easter weekend, even though some of us don't celebrate it because we have time off.
Yes. Oh, we have a comment. Oh, the Peaceful Observer didn't realize you were going live again. We'll be just listening and lurking. Thank you both. Well, thank you for joining. For those who don't know, YKF Weekends is a weekend show. It's a loose laid back show, and it's only for people who've been on YKF in the past. It's calling. We don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Seriously, nothing may happen. It might be wild and fun. We may have some guests. We may not. We do have trivia. That's true. But let's get Chastity Queen. What's inspiring you these days? What's going on since we last talked last week?
My God, you're inspiring me, actually.
Really?
Yes.
How
yes. You're inspiring me with music. You're inspiring me with ideas. You are inspiring me to live for the moment. You're inspiring me to never give up.
Thank you. You do the same for me. Like I always said, like seeing you and talking with you, even whether on the show or at the show, we talk off the line. You know?
Yes.
You keep me going. You get like a locked cock. You know, there's a security in that. You feel like, oh,
I'm always here.
Mike 5 says chastity cages are so powerful. Now, before we begin, I want to get to the project, but I do want to do something.
I agree with Mike.
Let's talk about chapter 6.
Okay.
Device. I left Ava's house with a sore ass and a new device around my penis that night. It was called Device, and it was a male chastity device. This is from Asher Lake's Dominatrix Boss. It's a brand new book. It's really great. Even talking about Device, you can get 15% off all inventory at Lock and Lock with offer code YKF. Speaking of books, speaking of art, Dirk Cooper is an excellent, magnificent artist, a friend of the show. He's part of the author circle. We have artists, we have poets who are all part of this world, this YKF universe. And you know what? The world's changing, people.
Yeah.
The world's changing. You can't rely on every platform. So what we can rely on is each other, word of mouth, and the written word. Seriously, the written word goes a long way. Sometimes, platforms come and go. Digital media comes and gets erased. The written word is harder to take away.
Nick, they're trying to take away libraries.
Yes.
Okay.
They are. I don't agree with that. I'm saying it's horrible.
I know. It's a red flag. We have to really think about that.
Yeah, 100%. So what can we do, people? Well, first it starts with creating art. Yes, we could fight. There's a whole bunch of things, but what we can do is we have to express ourselves, and it all comes from helping each other. And it's a little project that I'm calling Kink Helps Kink. Okay, I'll even put it on the board.
I love it.
So what we're doing, and I'll say it. Kink Helps Kink. Chastity Queen. I've been talking about like putting out something like this, but Chastity Queen really, she got her flogger and she got her cat of nine tails, and she basically was like, Nick, you have to do this.
Oh, where's my device? Where's my device? I have one hidden in my office here. I should get it. Just a second. Let's see if I can find it. 1 minute.
All right. So basically, everybody, I want to put out.
Did you see this?
Oh, wow. Let's see.
You see that? That is absolutely, that will break a leg. Like that's intense. And I'm telling you, no word of a lie, Mr. Tanek. If you do not do this thing, I will find you and I will use it on your ass.
I may not do it just for you to do that.
Oh shit. Okay.
No, well, this here. Let me say what I'm wanted to say.
I sabotaged myself. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's great. I'm glad. So, this is Kink Helps Kink. Kink Helps Kink, the YKF Art and Poetry Project. Everyone on this show pretty much is an artist in some way, shape, or form. Kinky people They're artists. Every dominatrix out there, every sub out there, there's an art to what you do. I see
Mhm.
that. I recognize that, and I think that the world should see it. My goal is to have a book, a collection of YKF artists, the poetry. Um, we can't have stories because they could be way too long. Poetry and
Mhm.
art to go along with the poetry. And this is an organic, whimsical thing. And I'm telling you right now, this could go nowhere or it can
Okay.
go extremely far. I'm hoping it goes extremely far. I'm don't know where it's gonna go, but it's up to you. I need your contribution. Poetry, art, anything, ideas. Help get this word going. We want to start out. I want to start out with a book of made by us for us. I want it to be in every single dungeon in the world.
Mhm.
That's one of my goals. I want it to be in regular bookstores too. I want that to evolve into live shows, into maybe touring. I want it to evolve into Kink Helps Kink. I want it to evolve into some kind of hub, some kind of place where we can help each other out. Legal
Mhm.
issues. Every state's different. Every country's different. Every legally, we have to kink differently.
Yeah.
We have to share each other's experience. We have to do something. The one thing we can do is create it through art. Kink helps kink people. So please, poems, art, anything.
Mm.
We already have some people who are interested in. We're talking a magnificent artist that Chastity Queen and I. Chastity Queen and I. Let's talk about our friend Sissitrix, please.
Um, I've been talking to Sissy Tricks, actually, the past couple of days. But I follow Sissy Tricks and their art, and I'm telling you something. This individual is on fire. They have fire. They have creative fire in their veins. Like it's just you can feel it coming alive off of the page, the illustrations. What do you think about that?
I think it's beautiful. I'm going to show some of his work, show some of Sissitrix's work right now.
Yes, yes.
Um, yeah, see if we can bring that up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's he's depraved.
Oh,
One thing I love about his work, right, is there's a
it's so good.
the thing about it is like there's a darkness to it, and anyone who's read my book or read my work, wow, does it go into some dark places emotionally, um, even it settings wise, you know. And kink sometimes is a little scary. It's a little,
But it gets it,
there's
it
that
gets the conversation started, you
without
know?
a doubt. Extremely talented. So yeah, people like him involved, but then there are other poets
And you
that
can
I would
follow him on Substack, is that correct?
yes, Substack or just sissitrix.com,
Yep.
right? Yeah, and then like that's just one idea that we're talking about. There's also people like Dirk Hooper who I'm in talks with, and this is another thing. Talk about Kink Helps Kink. We have no money
Yep.
at all, right? So everything is organic.
It's like
Everything,
an asshole at 0. Oh.
yes, you have to fill it. Isn't it exciting?
Fill our assholes with money. That's a
You're
new
like,
kink.
yeah, fill our assholes with money. All right,
What
let's go to the chat.
2 nickels and a dime.
Sunshine, so happy to see and hear you again, Chastity
Hi,
Queen.
sunshine.
All right, Stan Vladimir asks, is it true that chastity devices were actually used for protection in the battlefield for knights?
I believe it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, it was like a jock strap almost, except metal.
It was also the King Arthur. They were supposed to be chaste. Knights of the Round Table. They're supposed to be chaste,
Yeah.
but there were knights. You know, Sunshine says, "Get locked and get a key holder."
Yes.
Are you deserving of a key holder? That's a good question. Chastity. I should ask Chastity Queen this question. Actually, Sunshine's asking it. Is there anyone out there? Is there anyone out there that does not deserve a key holder?
Oh, that's a tough question because I just want all men locked up. I don't care if actually the assholes I want locked up even more, you know? But oh God, that's a really weird question, but like weird in a good way. Oh my gosh. No, I'd like to see all men locked up. But that's me.
Yeah.
Any
I pretty
perspective
much
on
know.
that?
Um,
What do you think?
it's funny. It's funny when you talk about BDSM. Like, I have some exes be like, "Yo, you're all into this," but I don't want to get hit, or I don't want to hit anybody. I'm like, and that's not what it is. It's not what it's all about. So
No.
people have this perception of things. I used to be terrified of chastity play, 100%. Because I love having sex, like fucking, like,
Yeah.
but like, so I
Apparently
was terrified.
apparently, yes, you do, and
I
sunshine or,
really, I
there's
was
some joy in
terrified
the
of
house.
I was terrified of someone taking that away from me, right? So it wasn't until they like you play with it and you get a different perspective on things. So now I'm of the perspective that having a key holder is a beautiful thing. It's a romantic connection. It's something almost priceless, right? So yeah, do some assholes don't deserve to have a key holder? You know what I mean?
You know what?
It's
Okay,
lonely not having a key holder.
here's the thing, I think in that perspective, I thought, the question was, are there any men that don't deserve chastity? But if it's key holder, I would have to say yes. There are some men who are definitely not deserving because they don't know how to serve the key holder in the way that she pleases. So in that perspective, I have to say, my numbers go up and down based upon how my slave is performing. And if the slave is not performing to my satisfaction and they've been warned multiple times and the infractions are left, right, and center, I'm sorry. I take that. You know what I often say? If they have a combination lock and I know the number, I just text them and I give them the combination. I say, take it off and jerk off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because it ruins it for you. They can't really enjoy it.
They don't wanna
It's
they
like,
don't wanna jerk off anymore. They wanna be
oh,
locked by a key holder.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the ultimate punishment.
Sunshine says, "Oh my God, I'm loving this so much." That is a magnificent piece of BDSM equipment, Chastity Queen. I keep a riding crop in my desk drawer. Yeah,
It's not a
she
riding
does.
crop.
Ooh,
Oh, Sunshine does. Yes, that's great. But this one's like, I don't even know what it's called. It's just like freaking it's like it's a evil cane, and it's like a really stiff rubber, and if you use it incorrectly, and I used to use it in the dungeon, to warn subs that were misbehaving, that if they misbehaved, I could break their legs with this. So they better obey me, or I'm going to have to use it if they're not listening to my warnings.
what good is a sub with broken legs? They,
He's not a sub. That's the thing. He's just a man
oh,
with broken legs.
oh, there. Oh, okay. There's the truth.
I've never broken anybody's legs.
So it goes. I know it goes. It goes sub, and then man is underneath. What's between sub and man?
What's between sub and man?
If it goes woman, sub, and then man.
Okay, so woman's always top.
Yes.
Then you've got slave.
Oh, okay.
Then you've got sub. Then you have under consideration.
Oh, yes, of course.
And then you have man. And then you've got subhuman.
Uh, do you treat your pups better than you treat your subs? Like, do you treat your because you like, do you know? Anyway,
I
forget it.
treat my subs very well. If they treat me well, they are treated really, really. I love my subs. I love men. Um,
I have a a question for
Yeah.
you that someone asked me.
Okay.
I was at the Manor. Oh my God! Shout out to everybody, Mr. Manor. We had a 420 party.
Ooh.
Wow.
Really?
Let's just say.
What
Oh, aliens
happened?
visited. Went to other dimensions. I think I was hanging out with Sasquatch for a little while.
It had to be more than
Uh,
420.
who's the Esther, Queen Esther was there. Yeah. So no, it was it is absolutely wild. But I have a question. So one time I'm at the Manor and there's a man standing there alone in chastity, and
Oh.
he was naked, just wearing panties, and he went out like. Let me ask you this: if you're someone like that, and you see that, if you saw that,
Oh,
you have a
immediate.
little more. You're a little more aggressive. You could handle the situation, do something about it.
I'm outgoing. I would include
What
him
would
in
you do?
something. I'd go right
What
up
would
to
you have
him.
done?
I'd immediately walk over or I'd have him come to me, really. And
Yeah.
unless he was super shy, and sometimes you have to be the more aggressive person, and you just go over and you chat with them, and I would immediately say, I love your cage and I love your panties. Would you like to be included in a scene?
That's like a dream come true. You got to come to the Manor. You made that person very happy.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
All right.
do. Nobody should be standing alone in a community, in a kinkster community, in BDSM. People should be included. Period.
He's not alone anymore. He became a good friend, actually.
Good.
Yeah, that's what in the dungeon. A dungeon has to start somewhere, right?
Question.
Yes.
Does the manor have a list for kinksters who are on their own, where they can put on, like, if for pickup play? So if a dom is, done with a slave and she sees, Mr. Chastity and panties over in the corner, he's got his name on a board saying, I'd love to try XYZ.
No, we don't have that. That's an interesting approach.
Oh,
That is a
it's
very
the best.
that's an wow. Yeah, that's an interesting approach. We're gonna run that by the management. Yeah, why not?
Do
I don't know
do
if they
it.
go for it.
No, do it. You have to do it. It's a little board. You put your name on it and you say, please, I would like to try this. And I guarantee you, you'll have more singles coming, and they will end up being partnered, even if it's just for a session.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Kink helps kink. As speaking of kink helps kink, was there been time in your life? I'm sure there has, where a kinky person helped you.
We're a
Who
kinky
were they?
person.
Yeah, like I'm talking like a kinky person. I'm not just talking like oh, someone who liked. Oh yeah, oh I've been spanked once. I'm not talking about that person.
No,
I'm
no,
talking
no.
yeah.
I've had, yes, actually. I had a stalker, and this stalker watched my page on FetLife quite vigorously. And I made the mistake of putting down that I was going to a particular party. And so I go to the party, and um, this person who needed not to be near me was there and really was aggressively coming for me. And so I went into the bathroom and I was afraid. And so my slave bunny went out to the dungeon masters and said, hey, Chastity Queen's having a problem right now. Can she please come into the dungeon, and can she stay in the dungeon until that person is removed from the premises? So they said no problem, because it was very uncomfortable. I didn't want to cause a scene, because when you're at a party, you don't really want to excuse me, be the cause of a scene. And even though I wasn't the stalker, it was a really sort of a dangerous situation that had to be dealt with. So Bunny led me to the dungeon, and a BDSM couple, an amazing couple that both have autism. They're on the autistic spectrum, but like incredible individuals, very talented at rope and He's great with rope and all sorts of implements, and she's a sub. And so they took me, and I was able to play with her alongside her partner as the person who had hosted the party dealt with the stalker, and it turned into a way less stressful experience for me. And I was scared. I mean, I'm not scared of much, but this person kept on following me from place to place, and this time he showed up in a full leather, long, to the floor leather coat, and I don't know what was underneath it, but he had an agenda. So I got into that dungeon, and all of the people were aware of what was happening, and they were protecting me like little guardian angels. It was amazing.
That's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing it.
Yeah.
See, kink helps kink, man. So
Mhm.
I was sick. I had a liver transplant.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I was, but I mean, I was also living in a situation where it was very unhealthy. Um,
yeah,
Mental illness, you know, um, recovery, the COVID. There's a maelstrom of anxiety, of stress, of turmoil, of hopelessness. And the
yeah,
wild thing is that the kink community doing the show, talking with kinky people, artistic people, creative people, people who have that light, that fire in them. That's what kept me going. That's what gave me hope. Like I can get out of here. So I was in a situation where someone who I love very, very much, unfortunately, um, suffered from manic depressive bipolar. Was diagnosed bipolar manic depressive, and
hmm,
for the last year of her life, was a very different person, completely different person, had cancer, and that affected everything, affected her
uh,
blood, affected her brain. So, as much as I had to leave, she eventually passed away due to cancer. And this is not the woman I wrote about. This is someone else. And I had to leave. I had to get out of here.
oh,
If it wasn't for Sunshine, Mistress Shari, the people at Mischief Manor, all the people, let's say Catnip, right? Let's go. Let's say Sestra, Gabby, other people outside the manor, people right? Nico Noir, Giselle from Peplov, Natasha Strange, like all these people, and even people who I don't really know that well, who I kind of know, Daddy Delilah, and like the sissies. Yeah, shout out to the sissies out there. Sissy Joyce, yeah, Mistress Violet and Mistress April and Violet and stuff like that, or Mistress Violet, yeah. Those I think they're like kind of disappeared now, but they're out there. Starla, all of them doing that stuff. Inspires me, makes me want to write, makes me want to tell their stories, makes every time I see, because I'm alive now, because I have a new life, not just a liver
mhm,
transplant, but I have a new life, I have a new house,
yeah,
I have a new lease on life, new show, new, fucking beautiful. Let's create. Seriously, let's
yes,
create something good. And so the theme of this is about kink helps kink. A sex dungeon pulled me out of there basically and helped give me a new life. And it was all of you, all of the whole kink community. So I thank you for that. It's complicated. I'm certainly not perfect, and I'm very hard to deal with.
we all have our quirks.
Oh God, I talk so much. I'm a talkative edge lord who's balding and my teeth are fucked up. But you know what? I survived a liver transplant, and you know what? And I'm kinking on. And that's what
Mhm.
we're all fucked up. We're all kind of broken a little bit. As soon as we're out of the womb, we're broken, just like a car out of the lot. What we got to do is we got to maintain our vehicles, right? We got to right. So how do we do that? For me, what helps is art, creativity, art, poetry. The kink community is a voice that is not being heard because
Mhm.
you are the kink community. Try to get a job if you're kinked out, completely. Writing gigs, taken seriously, something like that. And we are the artists who live it, right? Meanwhile, there are people there writing books. They're all, oh my god, they're trash. They're trash.
Yes.
Like seriously, I wouldn't use the books for toilet paper, and I'm a strong believer in the written word. So yes, so please contribute art. Kink helps kink. YKF. Anything, any art you have, any poem you have, anything that inspires you. It's help this make this happen, please. So yeah, the kink community helped you. How did the kink community help Bunny?
Just before I met Bunny, Bunny was going to walk away from kink. And a collective of us women doms were having a training, munch, where we're going to invite some sissies to come and serve, to learn how to serve, to see if maybe they were interested in pairing up with us. It was basically just to train them and to mentor them a little bit. But he was going to just walk away, and I went to a meeting for doms. It was male and female doms, and I had just been broken up with. Yes, it happens to doms too. You're not alone. By a sissy who is now back in service to me many years later.
Wow,
Yes,
you locked the sissy back up.
he
We're gonna have
does.
to go into that.
He
Tell your
he
story, but we're gonna go into that again
he
after this.
does wear chastity for me, but he serves me in other ways too.
Okay.
Yes. Uh, but anyway, to get back to the story, a dom said to me, "I think I know somebody you might be interested in." And so we actually connected at a BDSM party. I wanted to practice flogging, and I have a friend who's a really good flogger. So, um, you know, Bunny went to the munch. Everything was great. I kind of had my eye on him. And then did the next night, we went to a party and I practiced some flogging. Had a mentor there, was teaching me safety and that. And, you know, Bunny was ensconced again. And I think he just was let down for a while with not being able to connect with people. And I feel that that's a big problem for male subs is it takes a lot of courage to get into the scene. And then when you feel like you don't have, yeah, a lot of times subs are very introverted, not always, but mostly. And it's very difficult to put yourself outside of the norm and go into a kinky event. And then on top of that, try to connect with somebody. When you see all of these doms who have slaves and, subs like, walking behind them, and how do you even approach them? And I mean, I'm more of an open-minded, kind person. So I'm not snooty, with my nose up, but like, well, I have slaves. I don't need you. So I was always welcoming. And I think that's something we need to do. So you know, Bunny said to me the other day that um, he wouldn't know what he'd do without me.
Oh yeah.
And it was the first time I heard him say that. Really, I've always wanted to be a support for him and a strong mentor and strong, partner for him, and support his kinks like cuckolding and chastity, and he loves K-way stuff, nylon, and support him in that. But most people feel like freaks, like they're like, well, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. And then they maybe get one rejection. It's like, just like the normies, just like the vanillas, I get rejected everywhere. So I don't belong. And we just have to stop that. And I think your project is going to bring out so much and connect us all. We need to connect.
We do. I wish I sent Sunshine a link to, I don't know if she's available, but she has an amazing story about how the kink community helped her. I mean, she was kind of just dove into it, but it was really the right people, the right time. She was at the Manor, right?
Yeah.
She was at the Manor. She met me.
She's
Like,
lucky. She's lucky, and you're lucky.
fresh out of a divorce, right?
Oh,
So like, I mean,
that's hard.
well, but it's also
Ooh.
timing. It's like the timing is also extremely important. Yeah, but one thing that was really cool that how Mr. Shari, and just all the ladies of the Manor took her in as a friend. They didn't really know her. She knew some people, like no other, took her in, was like, okay, this person's good, this person's bad. This was bad here. Oh, go to this place, go to this munch, go to the like everybody was quick to step up and do some, which I think is
Oh,
beautiful.
that's
All
where we
right.
all. That's where we all start.
I do
Nick.
want to talk about this one thing about the key though.
Yes.
Breaking up. Okay, so when Liz was going, Miss Melissa, the dom who I was living with.
Okay.
I wasn't really at the time in the last. We played with Chastity, nothing long term. It was more like sessionish type of play, a couple days, week, 2 weeks maybe tops.
Hmm.
And then after the health issues and stuff like that, we haven't really played, right? And we had an open relationship. I'm with other people, so we weren't like 100% like together. But I love this woman. This woman loved me, and we're partners in many ways. Partner in crime. Edited my book. These books wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her involvement. Like I said, kink helps kink.
Yes.
So, but in the times of anger, I'm going out to the Manor. I'm doing all these things. She's losing her mind in general, not because of me, and it's chemical.
Yeah.
One of the things that she had the key, the
Oh.
chastity key, and she put it on the dining room table on a piece of paper like this, and then just in pen just wrote around it, like outlined it like it was a chalk outline. Like it's like a dead body, and just did it like over and over and over and over.
Oh, that's anger.
Basically, like yeah, and that felt horrible. And it's one thing that we weren't
Mm.
in a chastity dynamic at the time at all, but it was the opportunity of like, oh, this is over. Like, you know what I mean? So breaking up, losing the chastity connection is horrible. You had a sub break up with you, and then now they're back in chastity. Please
Yeah.
expand on that. How are you? First of all, how does that feel? That is some feeling that not people would understand or know. You being a dom, being a key holder, and the sissy basically is coming to you. You're the chastity queen.
Okay, so here's the wild thing is that he is the first one that I was ever involved with who had chastity. He essentially introduced me to it. And when he broke up with me, I was absolutely devastated and like shaking devastated, just awful. Um, and then chastity became a massive obsession for me. And I will tell you this much, that I can feel the anger and pain in that experience you just shared with her putting the key on the paper and scratching around, because chastity is a different level of a relationship. It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
it's part-time or not. When you own a man's cock, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. Never ever take that for granted, because I'll tell you something, or treat it lightly. I'm not talking to you in particular, just everybody. For a woman who's
Key
into
holders and people who are being held by keys.
hey, well, of course.
Yeah.
But if you disrespect me and you're under my lock and key, basically, you better be prepared. for some venom.
Get 50% off all info at lockedandlust.com with promo code YKF. Go to the comments. Stan Vladimir says, Chastity Queen, you have a powerful and beautiful voice. Have you considered voice acting? I can picture you voicing dominatrix for an animated show or even a video game character. I think we should do, this is what I'm thinking. I want to do a thing called Record Store Dom, because record stores are like almost non-existent now, but I love record store culture. And going to a record store, right? Going to a record store was like going to see a dominatrix. Your fucking taste was horrible. Whatever you bought, you didn't have enough money for, even if it was exactly what it said on there, right? You know, someone else has better musical taste than you and stuff like that. You're looked down upon always, no matter how cool or put together you are. That record store girl just looks down at it. So I wrote a script a long time ago called Record Store Dom. I was trying to pitch it to Adult Swim, right? And it's about a dominatrix who tries to get a record store woman, a clerk, to become a dominatrix. But here's the thing: all the records talk in the store. So like they all have voices and stuff, like, so all like the record store talks, and like, you know, so it's like, and then in the record store you have all these wild people coming, like the characters coming in and out of a record store. Wild. My book, Chip Like Nail Polish, starts out at a record store.
Sounds like a fantasy. I need to answer. I need to answer Stan.
Yeah. Okay. So Stan, what's
the answer is no. If I was offered a lot of money, I would. And but I will say, on my podcast, I use my voice, so you can listen to me there every day.
All right, let's go. What else do we have? Did she kick a slave out for being bratty? How do you deal with it? Asked Roy.
Me?
Yes.
Oh my God! I had a rule. I never ever wanted to have a slave that was a brat. I don't like the antics of brattiness. I don't find it respectful, and I don't have the patience for it.
So annoying.
But now I have a slave who I've seen for over 2 years, and I got him to do the BDSM test, and it turns out he's 77% brat, and it explained everything.
We all are. This is the problem.
I've had to kick his ass a few times, like over the knee spanking.
Don't you think that we all are brats in certain ways? Even the submissives and the sissies and the chastities, they want the attention. They want, you know, very needy. We're all, you know. Anyway, let's go back.
There's a spectrum.
Yes. Roy also asks, what's the hardest punishments you give to a slave, and why?
The hardest punishments, I've done many. I think waterboarding was the most intense for me, but they wanted it.
I did take that.
What was that?
I think I would have quote that. Waterboarding was the most intense.
Yeah,
but they wanted it.
They wanted it. I've done the soap in the mouth, over the knee spanking. I love. It's fun. I end up like controlling their whole body with my body. It's fun. I think the probably the most intense one was I had to deal with a slave who had a problem with looking at everybody else but me. And so I took him with a full mask, blindfolded, to a huge party. And he had to wear the mask the whole time.
Just curious, with someone who's wearing a mask at the party, no one knows who he is but you, right? Did he was he social? Did other people like know who he was?
No.
Under that mask. Oh, I know that's okay.
No, I brought somebody else, and when I was busy, he was being watched.
Now, there's a
He's that
lot of part of the narrative of like the sissification thing is turning them out into sluts and whores and prostitutes, taking them basically locking them in chastity, dressing them up like whores, taking them to parties and having them to suck people and get fucked and basically be used. Is that something that you do?
It's a massive fantasy of sissies, but I don't do it. I've done forced by with a few.
How so let me ask you this. Yeah, as you said, it's a massive fantasies of sissies. One thing that I've learned throughout the years, talking with so many people living the life, is that what's on the screen, what you see is not always real on, and so people don't live at 100%. It's like it's exaggerated. It's role play, obviously. So
though though
yes, please.
I do have one that I interact with a lot, and I've actually helped him with some, to understand why he's doing the things he's doing. But he was a cuck for his wife, and she basically was not ethical. She did it to be able to cheat, and she ended up leaving him, and he ended up starting to meet with men. And he's, I think, in just a few years, he's maybe had sex with 400. So, I've been helping him and supporting him through that. There's a lot of psychological reasons for that self-degradation, and it's not, I mean, a slut's a slut. That's fine. You can be a slut if that's how you identify, but for him, he was punishing himself. I like to find out why people are doing things before I facilitate or support it. And there is a lot of danger involved in, random hookups, without safety precautions. And I am never, because I'm very protective of people, I am never going to put them in a situation where they could get some sort of irreversible disease, any irreversible mental health devastation from it. So, you have to be ethical and balanced about everything that you do beyond the fantasy. You can fantasize with somebody about it, but when you take the live step, the physical step, there's a lot more involved. You can't just be nonchalant about your life unless you're on a path of self-destruction.
Now, with the sissy fantasy, I know some people who take that narrative, like you said, a lot of sissies have this fantasy. Some people take the narrative very seriously and they take it to the limit as much as possible, as far as they possibly can, and even further than they can imagine.
Yeah.
Right. So where are you like willing to go? For example, there's one of the things, blackmail is one of the things that happen. Also
Mm.
another breeding. I was talking to Mistress LA. She was talking about the breeding fetish, how she thinks it's very hot, the taboo of it, the risk, it's a risk fetish.
Are you talking
And
about breathing, like breath play?
breeding
Oh, okay,
and breathe,
breathing.
or
Okay.
actually both too.
I like
Both.
breath play. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah. So in other words, are there part like with the sissification narrative and your chastity queen? I looked at you like when I'm down in that, like, let's say when temptation's calling me,
Yes.
you're the first person I go to. When, seriously, because you know exactly
You
what,
know what? I get it. I get it. It's you want to feel like a fucking bimbo, a slut, and you want to be used, and you want to feel filled up, and you want to feel degraded and dirty and raunchy, and you want to be, just taken. And I support that. Just, find some partners that you feel that you
yeah.
can maybe, feel safe with, but go for it. Like you can have more than one partner.
So,
You can
but my
have,
question is like with that whole like the role play, the narratives. For example, Sammy Smith. Sammy Smith was on the show, friend of the show. Um, she is like they're really truly living this lifestyle. There's
Good.
her sub is transitioning, you know, and
Nice.
Sammy's paying for it, and it's like
Yeah.
so it's all whereas a lot of the sissies and the doms, it's role play, it's talk, it's all talk, which is great, it's fine,
Mm.
it's whatever works, you know. But you know, so what I'm asking is how far are you willing to go? Like would yeah, how far are you willing to go?
I'm willing to take a slut, and I have conversations with somebody who wants to do this, to a sex club where, you know, it is an adult space and there are glory holes and there are rules and there are condoms. And if I'm there monitoring, I would take them to a gangbang if that's what they want. Consensual.
Yes.
I think a lot of doms won't admit to it. I think they're nervous about seeming like they are, you know, female madams or pimps, and that's not it. It's not about the money. It isn't about money at all. That's why I would prefer a sex club. You know, you go in, no money exchange. You're there to have fun and get fucked, and it's facilitated. And if you want to get a lineup of men, you can get a
Yeah.
lineup of men.
Now, have you seen that live in person?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. What
Sunday
was the
at
first?
Sunday
Was it
afternoon.
last Sunday or this Sunday?
No, Sunday afternoons, every Sunday afternoon.
Uh,
I don't go every Sunday afternoon, but I'm saying that's when there's gangbang.
what's the first couple words or phrases that come into your head when you see that in person live?
Well, you know what? Here's the issue for me. When I say issue, it's I don't know why. I can facilitate it. I can facilitate it, but if I'm not facilitating it, I feel triggered personally. I think it's the femdom in me when I see the women being fucked by all of these dirty men. I just, you know, I mean, I shouldn't say they're dirty men. I don't know if they're dirty men, but it's the femdom in me that it just doesn't it just doesn't compute for me. I would never personally I wouldn't do it because
Mm.
I revere women. I believe that they need to be their toes could be kissed, but their body should be their temple. But that's conservative, you know. That's my conservative femdom, you know, ideology in my own head. I respect them for being true to themselves, but I get triggered. I want to lock all of these men up, and I want to kick them in the balls.
Well, just so you know, just so you feel safe, I'm locked up right now, as you know. Oh,
Good.
you'd be proud of me. I wanted to tell you. So we were talking about me doming on that was Friday night, right? But
Yes.
Saturday night was the Manor Party, the 420 Manor Party. So
Ooh.
you'd be very proud of me. Even though I've done this before. Um, yeah, right there. So I come in different suit, but I want to look good. I don't want my best dressed day to be in a casket. You know what I mean? Like, so I walk,
That's a
but
quote.
she takes off, and I'm wearing. I'm not gonna take the thing, but you haven't seen this one, but like I have a whole
I know
thing.
what's underneath.
No, this is a different one. Right?
Is it?
So yeah,
Ooh. Ooh,
yeah.
I like this.
So I have to wear those out. Boom, the French maid outfit comes out.
Oh.
Like real quick too. She has it. Sunshine has it like it's holstered. It's
Oh.
like
She is my kind of woman.
right gets another. So I have and meanwhile let me set the scene. And this is beautiful. So I'm on the floor of the dungeon massaging her feet, and I don't. You know me. I serve well. So I'm putting my elbows into it. I learned. And meanwhile. there's a woman taking requests. She's getting her nipples tortured, and she's getting flogged, but she's singing while she's doing it, and she's taking requests. So, there's like, you're hearing like whop whop, try to make me go to rehab, and they said no, no, no.
That's so good.
It's wild. It was a wild scene.
There's humor in BDSM. You can be free and have fun.
Yes, definitely.
And that helps. Definitely. It helps.
All right. What about Roy asked, what about branding? Tattooing?
Oh, trust me. I have some seriously deep fantasies about tattooing, and I do have plans to tattoo Bunny, and I'm going to tattoo another one as well once he retires. And of course, it says property of Chastity Queen, and then maybe if my Chastity Society really takes off, I will be getting masses of men tattooed.
Oh, we have to talk about your Chastity Society. But before we do that, let's talk about branding and tattooing.
Okay.
KINK Helps Kink, the art project. Come on, people. Let's make a logo. Let's make a Chastity Queen brand. Yeah. Get to work, subs, chastity slaves. Get to work. I need a good one. I don't mean the shit like one. This is like that. No, I mean like get to work. All right. Dan Vladimir says, which actor would you have as a sub? And which actors would you like to have as a dom partner for double dom sessions? So yeah, if you're gonna have a session with a bunch of famous actors and which ones would it be, and what would they be doing?
Oh my gosh, this is a sub. I'd love Brad Pitt to be a sub.
You just wanted to look up at you with those blue eyes and say, thank you, man.
Well, I want to beat his ass.
Oh, you want to beat
Yeah. And then a dom partner for double dom session, I would say probably maybe Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. He's got a great ass. Roy.
Or The Rock.
I can't see The
Rock. I could see him in leathers and his chesticle. His chesticles there.
He wasn't he in the Tooth Fairy? Didn't he wear a tutu?
Oh, I love him. I think he's a cross-dresser.
You know what? Yeah, okay. You know what time it is. Let's see.
What's this about branding?
Yeah, what is this about branding? She should have branding on camera under her feet inside the tattoo shop.
Ooh. Yeah. Why not? If it's facilitated by somebody who is an expert and it's hygienic, I do it. You want to do it, Roy?
All right, I have. Guess what time it is?
What time? Oh, not. Uh-oh. You're gonna test my brain.
No, but this is good. This is art. We're all gonna learn something.
Oh no, it's art.
It's art. It's art. Yeah, you're gonna love it. We made some new. I went around the. Okay. Yes. Okay. Here's the question. I made them very, very easy for you too.
What's that supposed to mean?
For everybody, for whoever's going to show up, because I didn't know these answers anyway.
And it's me, man.
What controversial photographer active in New York during the late 1960s and early 70s documented the underground BDSM scene with stark, evocative images that blurred the line between art and documentary?
Isn't that Robert Mapplethorpe?
Is it Robert Mapplethorpe?
I'm thinking it is.
Irving Klaw, B. Saddam Hussein, C.
That's silly.
Or D. I don't know, but the next guy who walks in with the camera better not say that his grandfather was that person.
Oh no, don't you tell me. Okay, I'm just gonna say A.
It is A. It's Robert Mapplethorpe. You're absolutely correct. And let's see what you got.
What I get?
What did you get?
I get to brand Roy.
No, what you get? Your battery always works. You never have a low battery or no battery on your phone. You always have battery. You
I'll
always
take
have a battery.
in my
Right?
vibrators too.
If you lost though, if you lost, you would be included in every single BDSM group chat by your subs. All of those, and you can't get out. Have you ever been on a sub chat on Twitter or on Discord or anything like that?
Nah, I don't even know if it's painful.
No, they'd be asking you questions constantly. They'd be asking you, Chastity Queen, Chastity Queen.
Maybe I have to do that. Where is that happening?
Oh, it happens everywhere. Okay, what about this? Which Art Deco sculptor created the provocative bronze sculpture, the dominatrix, circa 1920s, depicting a woman wielding a riding crop, symbolizing BDSM power dynamics?
That's
Which
beautiful.
Art Deco sculpture created this? The dominatrix in
beautiful.
1920s.
Wow, I love it. I want a mini one in my house. On my
Stan's gonna
desk.
love this.
Okay,
Stan,
Stan.
Kink helps kink. Let's come on. You're
Stan, my
sculptor.
man.
We got to.
Okay.
Serious. No one. I don't have any submissions yet. So
Okay, well, where's the options?
The option. Oh, you want the question? You want the answer?
Where's A, B, and C?
A, David Cronenberg. B, the Marquis de Sade. C, Bruno Zach. Or D, no, I don't want to answer this, even though it's not fair to anyone and it takes out of the fun of things. Inside, I have a deep emotional hole. Ultimately, I want a friend. I'm working on things right now. Please ignore this answer and skip me. Is it A, B, C, or D?
Now, you said the Marquis de Sade, but B says the Marquis of Salo.
Yeah.
So I want to say, I know it's not David Cronenberg. So it could be B or C. And I kind of think the Marquis of Salo sounds very dominatrix-y-esque. So I'm going to go B.
B. No, the Marquis de Sade does not exist. The Marquis of, I'm sorry, the Marquis of Sade exists. The Marquis of Salo does not exist. The Marquis of Sade.
I should have known it was a trick.
Wrote, yes, he wrote it 120 Days of Sodom, which eventually Piero Pasolini made into a film called Salò, or 120 Days of Sodom. So there is a connection between Salò and Marquis de Sade.
So it's C.
There's no Marquis of Salò. So the correct answer is C, Bruno Zach.
Oh,
so
I should have figured this out.
I think
That's beautiful. She looks like me. She's so thin.
All right, so you're lucky
Sarcasm.
because if you lost, you would have gotten a Cybertruck that has swastikas and penises on it. That could be
fuck
removed.
that shit. I would burn it.
But you didn't lose. You won.
I did not win. I said the Marquis de Sade.
Oh no, you did. Oh no, so that's what you got.
I'm not taking that. I'm shipping it back to the White House.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we have like a if you really truly refuse for that, you have to train Rainbow Bright to be a dominatrix.
She already is.
She's a fictional character. She doesn't exist. So that means you have to train and convince everybody that you're training her. So people are going to think you're crazy.
She exists. She's a My Little Pony.
See what I mean? You're already doing it.
She's a My Little Pony, and she's the ABDL's a dominatrix. She uses her tail.
All right, Roy has one more question. Hard, bloody sessions. Chastity Queen, do you do hard, bloody sessions?
I don't attempt to. I did do one where I did cut initials into somebody. There wasn't really a lot of blood though, and otherwise, the ass can sometimes, depending on the skin, can tear, and then I use duct tape to, just stop that. But no hard bloody sessions. A little. I'm a bit of a germaphobe. I'm sorry. So I don't like, that risk.
Roy suggested it would be great if you have her slave in the next interview.
I've done
Buddy's
it.
been on this. Done it. Go back.
I can call him down. I can text him and say, "Come down, Bunny."
All right. I want to end on
Right
with
now.
a climax. You can do that if you want.
Okay, I'll text him.
With a climax, right?
How many climaxes? I need at least 20.
Oh.
I love coming.
Okay. Before I get to the main question, what about someone who is hypersexual, who just comes and comes and comes and comes? What are some new and creative ways to keep them coming? You can't hear?
No, I can hear. Can you? No, that's me. I'm saying that's me.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So what do you do to keep it? I mean, you literally just use the vibrator over and over again at the same time. I'm sure you think of new things and do.
No. I'll tell you what I do. Bunny is my human dildo, pusher, and I use the vibrator.
I am too.
Come say hi. They want to see my slave here. Oh. Come down. Get lower than me. That's my slave.
Hello.
They're up higher so we can see your head. There. There's my slave. There's my slave. Am I a good queen?
Yes, my queen.
Do I take good care of you?
Yes, my queen.
Do you love chastity?
Yes, my queen.
Yes. Okay, you can go back up. Go do the dishes.
I love that. That just happened on my
Sorry. So what did you just ask?
I don't even know anymore.
Oh, about the coming. So
the coming.
Actually, stay here. So Bunny, when I'm coming and coming and coming, I become addicted. It's like a drug for me, the dopamine. And so Bunny uses a very particular dildo, and then I use my vibrator. And how long can I go for? Like hours, right? With the
yes, my queen.
Yeah, and I get laughing. Like I laugh even at the sex club. We'll take a private room because I don't like people watching me because I'm a queen, and I will just start laughing. Like that's where my clown comes out hysterically.
Oh yes, clown.
But that means you know what I like. I like orgasm torture.
We were talking about that with Mistress LA.
It feels so good.
Torture. We got so much more to talk about. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
We got Stan goes.
Right. He wants to talk more.
Yeah. So, what happened? Okay. So, back to the hyper orgasmic.
Oh, so good.
What I like to do. So, Sunshine's the same way.
Okay. Right? Yeah, I'd like to hear about Sunshine.
I don't come until she comes like 20 times. And a lot of it, you be. I think I got this inspired by you.
But that's how it's supposed to be.
Check this out. I'm usually garter belt, stockings, locked in chastity, leash, right? Leash, call it leash. And while she's masturbating with my dildo, which was given to me.
Must be nice.
Funny. Thanks, Mr. Shari. But I'm more obviously hey, I'm here to serve. And what she does, she likes to hold my locked cock. It's a mess.
Yes.
As it drips in her hands.
Oh my God.
And I have to sit there and look at her doing that and watch her just come over and over and over again. And it's not just like, oh, she came and it's over. No, it's again. It's again.
You must have a squirt blanket. You must have a squirt blanket.
Let me put it this way. The Chastity Queen, this weekend, we used them all up and we're sponsored. It's wild. It's like I'd never and it's like we're talking about butt plugs. The first time just making a woman come with the butt plug in the end, like just with the you know what I mean? I haven't since the transplant, I haven't done like there's so much. It's like I'm living a whole new life again. right?
Yes.
It's like, you know, and I'm doing stuff like, oh, I've done that before. It's like, and it's like, oh, this is the first time I've done it. No, you've done this before, but it feels like the very first time
Tell
ever.
me what
You know,
happened with a butt plug.
oh, just you know, having because she can come over and over again. I can make her come with a butt plug. I can make her come by sucking on her tits the right way.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's all it deals with everything. We're both very, very hypersexual people, so we're just like I'm writing a book about us. Actually, we're writing a book, and it's called The Spoon Thieves. Right?
You should start an OnlyFans.
But yeah, we're called the Spoon Thieves because of like a joke that we had of a Lars Van Trier movie of Nymphomaniac. We lived it. We're in a restaurant. I'll leave it at that. But basically, it's symbolic that like we're going to you know we're going to love no matter what. You know, we're gonna steal for love, basically. You know, in order to keep our love, you know, so to speak, in a way, in an energy way. So so I'm writing a real romance novel, like like not this bullshit. So that's what I got all these projects.
But you
Thinking
know
Kink
what?
Helps Kink,
But
the
that's
art
how
poetry project.
kink helps kink, in that it helps people to rejuvenate the sexuality that you know a lot of people that go into adulthood, they get into their job and their routine, they become slaves to the dollar, and they lose the sexual piece, and they're not really living. And I think kink starts to make you think about what you're doing, what are you attracted to, what are your fetishes, and when you start to act out on them and test things out, it helps your sexuality
Oh yeah.
big time, because vanilla relationships are well, I mean, not all of them, but they're fucking boring. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I see them. I see like couples, and I always think like, you know, you never know what's really going on with a couple, but the way the couple argues, you could tell if they're kinky or not. You know?
Or they're bottled up, they're like sexually
Yeah.
repressed, they're
That's how you
angry at
tell.
each other because they're not
That's how
getting
you tell.
enough.
That is how you tell. All right, we have a question. Stan Vladimir, do you think ruined orgasm through verbal communication is more powerful than physical?
I don't know. I just did to the one slave that has now come back into my life after all of these years. I ruined an orgasm for him manually, and and it was the best thing that happened to him. Like, he said, "You just wasted my cum," and I could have done it. I can do it verbally, but I think knowing how to do it manually takes a lot of body language understanding. You have to be able to figure out when to stop, before they've finished. And that's a real satisfying experience, I'll tell you.
All right. So how did this person broke up with you?
Yeah.
How does that person come back into your life?
It took a long time. I got a lot of, odd, sometimes I get a message here, a message there, or maybe I'd post something that triggered them, and they liked what I posted because I know what their fetish is. I think in a way, I think I just seduced him back.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't desperate for him. I didn't need him in my life. Like, if he was going to be gone forever, whatever, I've got plenty of people to fill in the spot. But he was kind of a switch, and he is a switch, and I find that quite intellectually stimulating.
Yes.
Yeah.
I personally, for me, I find it gives me balance.
Yes, excuse me. I'm gonna get a candy for my little cough.
Yes. course.
Sorry.
Yeah, I find it balanced, but there's also a part of me that I spent most of my life trying to find women like you, basically. Seriously, I felt like I had to. I was forced to dom. That's
Really?
like the only well, in the way I'm being exaggerating, you know what I mean? But like, I'm being hyperbolic about it. But like, yeah, like
Most men feel
only way I
that.
can get laid, the only way I can get like stuff going on, romance
Most
is
men feel that. They
because
feel
they
like
wanted me to be a dom-ish type person.
they wanted you to be, the one penetrating them and
Yeah,
taking them, so they don't have to do any of the work.
like you were saying, it's the Mistress LA was saying also that it's a lot of work to sissify somebody. People don't appreciate how much work it costs. Not just, I mean, time, energy, money. The cost for a woman
Mm-hmm.
to sissify a male. And we don't have
Oh,
to say woman, male, but just one person to sissify any person. But
hours.
still, yeah.
Well, I have all sorts of stuff that I collected. I mean, I had outfits. I had frilly dresses and skirts and makeup and wigs, and all of this stuff costs money. So if I had a session and I was given a tribute, I might have spent $200 on items, and I get a $200 tribute, so it pays for the stuff.
Mm.
Right? Which is fine because that stuff lasts forever, and I enjoy doing it.
All right. Now, there's one thing I didn't really bring up the last. Oh, for those listening to this, we have a whole episode that I banked that I'm going to put out this week. The brand new Chastity Queen. We talked for an hour and a half. So we do like a formal episode. This is a weekends episode. While I have the time, I want to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And someone comes in every once in a while. And that person is Clown.
Oh, yes.
Clown again. Is Clown coming back? What's Clown been up to?
I have a
Tell us
really.
what Clown is.
Oh, Clown. Oh, my God. Well, I wish I could show you what's over on my desk. There's all sorts of clown things. I make clown hats. I have clown wigs. I have clown shoes. I have clown everything, makeup. And for a while there, I was dressing up as clown like almost every day. It takes me into a different headspace. But the sadist clown, I want to say, is something that she's sleeping right now, but I really need to have a session with some extreme pain sluts, and I will put on my clown makeup and I change, and like legit change into something almost like a humiliation monster. Clown, one of my slaves begged me to do clown on him because he's so desperate to please me. And well, willing, I don't want to say desperate, but he just really wants to please me. And he said, please let me do clown with you. I said, I'm warning you. I don't think you should do clown. Please, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Finally, I said, fine. Okay. Next time you come, clown will be here. He came, and I'm telling you something. The makeup was on. Like I was in clown headspace. And I knew exactly what I needed to do with him. What I do as clown is take a person and all of their little weird eccentricities, and I shine a light on them, and I destroy a person's self-esteem. And they need it. Yeah. They need it. They need to be humbled. And she humbles him, and he cried, and he wanted to leave, and he was crying. And immediately, I'm telling you, this was within under 10 minutes. There was some pain involved too, little pain, but it was a humiliation on the cross that got to his psyche. And, I'm smiling. I shouldn't smile. And it was rough. But then immediately when he started to cry, bang, Chastity Queen is back. I said, you can't leave. And I wasn't kidnapping him or anything, but I said, look, you can't leave until I give you some aftercare. So Chastity Queen was back, but I want to partner up with somebody who is a mummy dom. She also has a clown side. And I wanted to partner up with her years ago, but there was somebody in the group of subs that was afraid, and it didn't happen. And I really think that it's really very imperative to when you are an extreme sadist in a certain headspace, in a different persona, that you have a partner there with you, you know, to make sure nothing goes wrong, nothing goes too south. Right now, my partner is myself, is Chastity Queen. So she will monitor the clown. But, you know, when I did a session with 4, was it 4 or 5? A group of men in clown mode. And this was it was approved by a Femdom at a Femdom event. As soon as the party was over, I had control of the dungeon, and I was in clown. And it was extreme pain slut interactions. And I lost track of time. I was in heaven. There were still safe words, but I'll take my candy out because it's just getting in the way. I trust myself in clown mode, but I would prefer to do it with another clown. And I need to have pain sluts to engage in it with me, and people that are okay with degradation and humiliation. You see, the slave that wanted to do it was willing to take the pain but couldn't take the humiliation. And it broke him mentally, and I didn't want that for him. And you know what? He's in chastity to me, and we are close friends still to this day. So, you know, he's going to partner up with me actually on my secret society. So as an assistant. So it didn't ruin the relationship. It actually strengthened it. It was scary though. Huh?
Let's talk about your secret society. Tell us about your secret society that you're planning.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. You know, so many people, it's called the Crown and the Cage Society. And I've parked the domains. So if you want the .com, .ca, .info, or .org, they're gone. So it's in the works. I haven't announced the location. There will be secret locations. I want to meet local chastity slaves in the Toronto, KW, Kitchener-Waterloo area, Hamilton, Burlington, wherever. But I might also incorporate an online attendance. But there's going to be an expectation of secrecy. There's going to be a contract that's signed. Everything that happens in this chastity meet, and I will be the only woman there as a high priestess. Maybe down the road I did actually just a podcast episode talking a bit about it. But it's something that I've thought about for a long time. And, you've got men who have the men's clubs, Freemasonry, and you've got the Lions Club, and you've got, all of these little secret societies for men, but there's nothing for men who are chaste. And being chaste involves a lot of secrecy. So it works. And I need to be there to guide. I want to be a key holder to more than just this. That's all. I've got more upstairs in my vanity. I've got more, but I need more. I want it to go not just past my breast. I want it to go to my toes. I want my keys to go to my toes. I want it to become a full suit of armor. I want men in chastity to be the best man they can be. And that means the best lover too. So you might, be fooled thinking I'm just going to restrict you from chastity or from sex. That's not it. That's not what this is about. So, it's in the works. So once I announce things, I will announce the first event that people can sign up for on FetLife under my Chastity Kingdom and Chastity Queen. But I need to meet with my slave who, not Bunny, but another slave who's away right now. And we're going to brainstorm locations and expectations and all of that. So, you know, it's not about money either. It's about having a place once a month for chaste men to meet wearing their cage.
Let's get on it. Now we need logos, art people, kink helps kink,
Yes.
logos, font, flyers, websites. Come on, get to work, people. All right, we have a lot of work to do. And one thing I want to say is that the ball is in your court, people. We don't have any submissions. I just announced this right now. You know, this is not a huge show or anything like that, but spread the word.
When will you be asking for submissions, Nicholas?
Right now.
And where can they send the submissions?
That's a great question. You can send your submissions to friendskinky@gmail.com.
Okay.
Or you can go to just yourkinkyfriends.com. You can contact me there. Yeah, yourkinkyfriends.com is the best place to get in contact with me.
So poetry, art, anything else?
Anything. Why not make music? The first thing we're going to do is a book. A very, you know, I want it in every dungeon. Seriously.
Yeah.
I want people waiting in dungeons. There's a lot of things, you know, there's parties in dungeon. There's always something to look at.
In sex stores too.
Sex stores, yeah. And we could even make it, I don't want to say vanilla at all because it won't be, but you know, the human interest piece of it, seriously, could gain attention. And it's a good thing, and it could lead to, let's say, charitable work by people, you know, in many different ways, which is beautiful. T-shirt stands on there, says,
yes.
Yeah. What's up?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
The question I have is, what about photos? You know, I have slaves that consent to me sharing photos, and I've got some very extreme imagery of some things, and a lot of them are hooded anyway, of scenes that have been extremely unusual. And I think that might be intriguing to people. And, you know, the vanillas might seem conservative, but they're going to be looking at this book.
Of course. Yeah.
They're going to be sneaking and looking.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Yeah.
Kink helps kink. Kink helps kink. And we could start off, if you have been on the show and you're not on this episode now, send me a video of you just saying those 3 words. Kink helps kink. You could make it a TikTok kind of esque video. You could put music to it. You could edit it. You could not edit it. You could make it raw. You could do it from a toilet. I don't care. Just please don't, though.
Well, you could be a human toilet and send it to you.
I'd rather something I could like that everybody wants to see, kind of. That's like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'd rather, you know.
What are your limits? What are your hard limits?
Typical, like, you know, I didn't anything illegal. You know.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, kink helps kink. Just keep it kink helps kink. I want real art, real creativity, and that means just reach out to me. See what we can do with that. If you have ideas, any ideas, just seriously reach out to me. This is a whimsical, organic thing. Like I said, this could go nowhere after this episode. It can go
Don't say that.
way beyond it, but it can go way beyond we ever imagined. And I believe it can go very, very far.
We need this.
Yeah. I think we all need
this.
this. And plus with the changing world, we have to connect. We have to connect. Kink helps kink. We got to help each other. And this can inspire other ways to help each other. How you win. That's an investment. It's like a moral investment. How can people get in touch with you, Chastity Queen, and support you and help you on your quest for the Crown and Cage Society?
You know what? Just follow me on FetLife, Chastity-Queen, or Chastity Kingdom, or Mummy Celeste, CELESTE. I'm a mummy dom as well.
Oh,
And
wait a second. We didn't even get into that.
no, I know. I
All right,
love
we're gonna
I
do.
love babies.
All right, we're gonna do a whole session of you and doing mommy dom stuff. Okay,
Fantastic, fantastic.
a whole episode just on that, dedicated
Yeah.
to that.
Yes,
All right, you
yes,
cool with that?
yes,
Looking forward to
yes,
that, people.
yes.
Yes, looking forward to that. All right.
And I can explain a lot about the psychology of it.
I would love that if because you understand this, you understand that. Read a book, people.
Yes.
Your kinky friends. After Lynn died, the kink community
Oh,
helped me, just like the kink community helped me with the story I told before. There are people out there, good, decent people out there who are trying to live and trying to help you live, basically. So
yeah.
yeah, reach out. Kink helps kink. Paint, draw, write, do something, rap, like write a song.
Yes.
Do the
Yes.
coolest way to kill yourself.
How about this?
The love
Dress,
story. It's all
dress up for the very first time and write about it. Like do a
assignment
poem.
number one. Assignment number one by Chastity Queen. How about this? Kink helps kink. Every time you come on, comes on weekends, we'll give a little writing assignment. Yeah, and Chastity Queen just did one.
Okay.
So Chastity Queen, what is your assignment again?
Okay, slaves, your assignment is this. I know that you've always wanted to dress up fully. Maybe you've got panties. Maybe you've purchased some items that you just haven't had the courage to put on. I want you to put on your favorite music, your kinkiest music, get dressed up and have a journal beside you. And afterwards, write something. Write about how you felt. Maybe even just write down the emotions. And then later on, think about it and turn it into a poem and send it off to Nick, because you know what? It's these moments that are so life-changing that matter. You know, I saw so many men and I dressed them up for the first time, and the emotions that pour out of a body, out of the eyes, the crying, the shock, the joy, you know, it's palpable. So capture that for us, please, so that others who want to do it will follow your lead. So that's your task. Do it, or else.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chastity Queen. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Go to yourkinkyfriends.com. Save 15% off all inventory at Locked and Lust with offer code YKF. Read a book. But help a kinkster out. Seriously. Just think about it. Help a kinkster out because they'll help you. It's just the right thing to do. Be cool. Be kind. Keep an open mind. I love you all. Take care. Bye.